Hi everyone, this is Gilda Dunn from the Behavioral Health Team, and today I want to talk to you about how to teach your preschooler to be independent. So independence is a skill that children have the right to be taught, and it's one of the basic emotional needs that all children have. So when we think about when should we start teaching our children to be independent. Studies show that children start showing signs of independence when they want to feed themselves or drink from their cups on their own. So that's, pretty early. So by the time they become preschoolers, we want to make sure that we are implementing skills to help them work towards that. So what I want to do is talk to you about 10 of the skills that you can teach your child to help with that independence. The first one is giving daily chores. I think most of us give our children daily chores. There are times as a parent where you just think it's just easier for me to do it myself. That way it gets done and it gets done right. But what you need to do is engage your children in that process. So make sure that you start with simple things like maybe putting bringing the dishes from the table to the sink. Some kids actually stand on a little step and they help rinse the dishes off and then put them in the dishwasher. So it really depends on what you as a parent feel comfortable with, but start simple with them with that. Know that you don't have to reward every chore with something, money, candy, whatever, because they need to understand that this is a part of, number one, our family, and that we don't always get rewarded for things that we may do. So number two, make them responsible for their own bedroom. Their own bedroom should be their territory and also their responsibility. They should be expected to pick up their toys and, like I had said, put clothes in the laundry basket if they're dirty. If you want them to help make their bed or just spread the comforter over, make it simple. It needs to be age appropriate for them. But whatever they do, if they attempt to do it, do not go back and redo it or refix it, because it makes them feel like what they do is not good enough, and you don't want that. The next thing is let them pack their school bag. Your child has to learn that things don't magically appear in their backpack every day. So you should start practicing early on how to plan for the next day. Talk about what they might need for the next day. If it's going to be a water day, then we need to have our water thing, our trunks or our swimsuit to go in there, and our towels or whatever. And do that together until they're able to do that on their own. Another skill is don't do things for them that they can do on their own. So if they can dress themselves, let them dress themselves. If their pants are on backwards, you can talk to them about, does that feel comfortable? And then, hopefully they'll say no, and you can take them off and turn them around. But again, it's about helping them feel good about the fact that they are doing things on their own. Give choices. So allow them to make some choices. If you're talking about outfits, what are we going to wear tomorrow? Talk about the weather a little bit and say, okay, it's going to be really hot, so let's pick 2 sets of shorts and tops or 2 dresses, and allow them to pick which one they want to wear. And then eventually when they get older, they'll be able to make those choices on their own. You might talk about, for dinner, to be involved with that, planning dinner. And asking them, so, tomorrow for dinner, what would you guys like to have? Give them choices about the vegetables that they're going to eat. We can either have corn or we can have spinach. So all of that is helping them to make some decisions on their own and helping with them becoming more independent. One issue that we as parents have sometimes is drop off, especially in preschool. Drop off should be something that's done quickly and painlessly. So we need to help our children, when you're dropping them off, feel like it's a comfortable, safe place for them to be. And the less traumatized you are as a parent, the less traumatized they're going to be. So give them those hugs and those kisses and tell them you love them. And then you need to walk out that door as quickly as possible, because then the teachers have that situation in control. play dates. Let them plan their own play dates when they have friends coming over. I know sometimes you want to say, okay, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And it's okay if you need to be involved in some of that. But other times when you don't have to be on a set schedule or whatever, allow them to pick out or plan what they'd like to do with their friends. Because again, it makes them feel like they're growing up and that you trust their decisions. Talk to them and ask their opinions is another skill. It's important to talk to your child frequently and show an interest in their opinions. Even though they seem like they're small, it's amazing what comes out of their little mouths. And you want them to not only, it helps with independence. You don't want them to not only act independently, but also think independently and form their own ideas and opinions. That is a real important skill. And you want to make sure that you do take an interest. So show them that you take an interest in what they have to say and how they're feeling. Number 9, allow them to resolve their conflicts. A huge part of being an independent adult is learning to deal with people and managing interactions and relationships. That needs to start at an early age. So by the time you become an adult, then that is a skill, such an important skill that you have in place. Okay, and then the last skill is to make your child accountable. When children are overprotected from consequences, they don't develop a sense of accountability. So they need to know if I'm going to do something that's going to hurt someone else, there's going to be consequences. That child may strike back at you, or you might have to sit down and talk to them about appropriate behaviors. There'll be consequences to that, and we need to prepare our children for that. If we fix every problem by not allowing them to feel any disappointment, it really does prevent them from understanding how life is as an adult. Okay, it's because we're accountable, and we need to teach them how to be accountable when they're little. So the earlier these habits are in place, the quicker they become a norm for them. And basically, statistically, they're saying that if by the time they get to elementary school or primary school, if they haven't learned most of these skills, it's going to make it very difficult for him and for them, and they're feeling like it's almost too late. So please make sure that you are trying to implement as many of these skills as possible to help your child be successful with their independent skills. So that's it for today. I'm sorry this was a little longer. Hopefully this information is helpful for you. If you have questions or concerns, as usual, feel free to email me at gdunn@earlyconnections.org, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope all is well with you and your family. Please stay safe and take care. Thank you.